Let us move forward with a shared commitment to building a competitive and resilient manufacturing sector powered by regional cooperation and innovation. COMESA is our platform for progress. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Hitesh Medirata, that is the Vice Chairperson at the Kenya Association of Manufacturers. And of course, for intra-COMESA trade to be enhanced, the manufacturing sector must be supported. I am sure in all the positions that you sit in, there is something that you can do to remove a trade barrier and enhance trade. So I would like us to say, removing barriers, enhancing trade. Let's say that together. Removing barriers, enhancing trade. Again, removing barriers, enhancing trade. Thank you very much. I hope you remember that after the summit as you go back to your offices. That is the goal. I would now like to take this opportunity to welcome Mr. James Chimwaza, who is the president of the COMESA Business Council, to address this forum. Let's give him a round of applause and welcome to the stage.
Your Excellency, Professor Kithure Kindiki, Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya and Chief Guest, Your Excellency Dr. Hassan Kibeya, Chairperson of COMESA Council of Ministers, Burundi, Your Honor Lee Kinyajui, Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Investment, Trade and Industry, Kenya, Honorable Ministers, Cabinet Secretaries from COMESA member states, Your Excellency, Madam Chileshe Mpundu Kapwepwe, COMESA Secretary General, I'll skip myself, Dean of Ambassadors, Permanent Secretaries and Principal Secretaries, representatives of government institutions, heads of institutions, heads of COMESA institutions, representatives of our cooperating partners, the European Union, the Federation of German Industries, BDI, AGRA, Chairperson of the Kenya Association of Manufacturers, CEOs of business associations and captains of the industry, members of the diplomatic corps here present, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to add all protocols observed because everybody here looks distinguished and deserving of recognition. Good morning. Good morning to you all. Thank you. At least we are engaging. Your Excellencies, distinguished head of state, honorable ministers, and esteemed delegates, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of COMESA Business Council, it is my privilege to welcome you to the 18th COMESA Business Forum and Exhibition. We gather in Nairobi at the heart of COMESA Digital Innovation Hub to advance a transformative agenda that will reshape how we produce, trade, and synergize in an increasingly interconnected world. I kind of skipped the word compete to synergize because the demands out there are greater than what we can produce, so we will not be competing, we'll be synergizing to meet the demand that is beyond Africa, to the north, to the west, and to the east. So we should be synergizing to grow, starting from within Africa. Please allow me to extend our deepest gratitude to His Excellency, Professor Kithure Kindiki, Deputy President of Kenya and Honorable Lee Kinyajui, the government of Kenya for hosting this landmark forum. Kenya's leadership in digital innovation, from the mobile money revolution to e-government services, makes it the ideal venue for our dialogue on leveraging digitalization to deepen regional value chains. Also, allow me to appreciate our COMESA Secretary General, Her Excellency Chileshe Mpundu Kapwepwe, and the COMESA institutions for their continued partnership and collaboration towards private sector development. I further acknowledge the dedicated CBC staff for the work they have put into organizing. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, since our establishment, the COMESA Business Council has served as an institutional voice of the private sector with our common market. Over 16 years of operations, we have fulfilled Article 18 of the COMESA Treaty, creating a vital forum where policy meets practice and regional aspirations are tested against business imperatives. This annual business forum has evolved into the premier platform for public-private dialogue in the COMESA region and beyond. Today, we bring together over 1,000 participants representing the full spectrum of our regional economy, from multinational corporations to micro enterprises, from traditional sectors to digital pioneers. I wish here to thank our partners and sponsors for making this possible. We will continue to rely on your support to fulfill our mandate. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, reflecting on the 17th COMESA Business Forum held in Bujumbura, we must acknowledge both achievements as well as shortcomings. This honesty or openness is the foundation of effective action. This past year has witnessed significant progress in digital trade facilitation. The launch of the electronic certificate of origin system in Eswatini, Malawi, and Zambia represents a breakthrough. This system enables businesses to obtain certificates in hours rather than days or weeks, directly enhancing competitiveness. Financial innovation. Through CBC's partnership with High People Foundation, we hosted the Women in FinTech Hackathon and 40-day FinTech initiative across Zambia and Malawi. Over 150 women-led teams participated, showcasing innovations, redefining financial inclusion, and democratizing access to capital. Capacity building. With EU technical assistance facility and World Customs Organization support, we delivered an AFCFTA and rules of origin training across all 8 Francophone member states, reaching over 300 officials and business leaders. Our training of trainers program ensures sustainable capacity building. Sectoral progress. Our tourism, travel, and retail duty-free work group actively enhanced regional collaboration and service quality. Our manufacturer work groups continues advocating for reduced non-tariff barriers and improved industrial competitiveness. Our newly created innovation and technology work groups is exploring new technological breakthroughs that can reduce trading costs in the COMESA region, facilitate trade, increase connectivity, and address some of the challenges that the region faces and has faced for many years past. However, we must confront reality. that 3.6% decline in intra-COMESA trade in 2024 from 14.2 billion to 13.7 billion represents lost opportunities. Behind these statistics are real entrepreneurs struggling to access finance, farmers and manufacturers unable to compete due to infrastructure constraints, interest rates ranging the gap between billions available in regional banks and millions actual reaching SMEs remain unbridged. We lose an estimated 20 to 30% of agricultural output to post-harvest losses, largely to border delays, inadequate refrigeration chain infrastructure. Structures carrying perishables can spend 3 to 7 days at border points, reducing competitiveness, while urban centers enjoy advanced connectivity. Vast rural areas where most agricultural production occurs lacks basic internet access and digital connectivity. Can I have some water? Excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's theme calls us to leverage digitalization to deepen regional value chain. From business perspective, digital transformation delivers tangible, measurable benefits. Cost reduction, digital trade documentation reduces processing costs to by 30 to 50%. E-payment systems eliminate cash transactions costs and risks. Supply chain visibility platforms reduce inventory carrying costs by 15 to 20%. Market access. E-commerce platforms enable small producers to reach distant customers. Digital marketing allows manufacturers to compete internationally without prohibiting physical presence costs. Efficiency gains. Internet of Things sensors in agriculture increases yields by 10 to 30% while reducing water usage by 20 to 40%. Digital logistics platforms reduce delivery times by 25% and fuel consumption by 15%. Financial inclusion. Mobile money and digital lending have brought financial services to over 150 million previously unbanked Africans, enabling lenders to assess risk for borrowers without traditional credit history. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, agriculture employs 70% of population and contributes 40% to regional GDP. Yet, we import food we could produce ourselves. Digital agriculture offers solutions. Precision agriculture satellites, precision agriculture. Satellite imagery and drone technology enables farmers to monitor crop health and optimize resource use. Companies like Apollo Agriculture in Kenya demonstrates how mobile platforms provide smallholder farmers with tailored financing, insurance, and agronomic advice. Market intelligence. Digital platforms provide real-time demand and price information, enabling information selling decisions and reducing information symmetry. Supply chain traceability. Blockchain enables end-to-end traceability, accessing premium markets demanding verifiable sustainability credentials. Digital trade solutions, including electronic certificates, digital payment systems, and single-window platforms can reduce transaction times by 50% and cost by up to 30%, while enabling MSMEs to conduct cross-border trade as seamlessly as domestic transactions. Complementing these systems, digital logistics tools such as real-time cargo tracking, coordinated digital corridors, and e-freight platform can cut transit times by 30 to 40% and optimize vehicle utilization, reducing the estimated 40% of empty truck movement across the region. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, over the next 2 years, we will engage in a substantive discussion across key sessions, boosting agriculture productivity through smart agriculture, breaking barriers through trade and investment digitalization, and enhancing trade through digital transformation of logistics and transport. These deliberations will form the COMESA Business Forum Declaration for presentation to the 24th Summit of Heads of State and Government on October the 9th. Past declarations have driven policy reforms and infrastructure investments. This year must be even more ambitious and actionable. But declarations without implementation are hollow. True success will be measured in business gaining market access, farmers' increased incomes, youth finding meaningful employment, and entrepreneurs building successful entrepreneurs. In closing, distinguished delegates, the future of COMESA will be built through genuine partnership, where public policy creates enabling environments, private enterprise drives innovation, development partners provide catalytic support, and civil society ensures inclusive outcomes with the corporate and not individual mindset set right. We must think corporate, and not me, myself, and I. Then we will grow. As a result, business leaders embrace digital transformation as key opportunity, invest in digital capabilities, partners with startups, mentor young entrepreneurs. Government representatives create enabling environment for digital business, streamlining regulatory regulations to impending innovation, investing in digital infrastructure, and honor visa facilitation commitments. Development partners support initiatives delivering measurable impact, prioritizing sustainable capacity building, support scaling of proven innovations. Technology and innovators develop solutions addressing real business challenges in the context of appropriate for infrastructure. This forum, the forum's theme, leveraging digitalization to deepen regional value chains for sustainable and inclusive growth, is not aspirational rhetoric. It is a roadmap for transformation and innovation to bold action and commitment to leave no one behind. Let us use these 2 days to build partnerships, challenge assumptions, and commit to concrete actions. When we gather next year, we must point to measurable progress on every commitment made here. Together, let us build a COMESA that is digitally connected, economically vibrant, and socially inclusive. Together, let us transform declarations into results aspirations into achievements. I wish you productive deliberations, fruitful networking, and impactful outcome. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us put another round of applause to the President of COMESA Business Council, James Chimwanza. I'm being reminded that we employ the KICC principle when we are making our speeches, and KICC stands for keep it short and sweet. That is the KICC principle, because the chief guest is expected to leave for another official engagement at some point. When the architects of COMESA ratified the agreement back in 1994, the idea was to integrate the community into a major economic as well as socio political movement. And you look at COMESA, which is made up of 21 countries, with a population of more than 600 people. If it was to be a country, it would be